3, 2, 1, action! Welcome to Off the Record, where we talk about
whatever we want. Yay, Boss is hosting today.
That's right. Welcome to 20 episodes of me figuring out how to use a Macintosh.
Oh, you're so
No one even says Macintosh.
Macintosh.
Isn't it? But when it's a computer, isn't it a Mac?
Yeah, if you're like 80, you call it a Macintosh.
Did you guys ever had one?
What do you guys call this otherwise? An
It's for rich people.
It's a Mac. It's a MacBook?
MacBook.
Yeah, it's a MacBook.
Macintosh book.
Do you have a, so you have a PC?
Yeah, dude, I'm a PC gamer.
You have a PC?
Yeah, dude. Do you have a Macintosh?
I have a Mac. I have a
Stop
Macintosh.
calling it that.
Macintosh.
How do you make it sound so uncool now? Macintosh! She keeps calling it Macintosh. I picture the Apple logo, the rainbow apple.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
god. I forgot about that until you fucking gave me that memory back in my
the last time that I've used a Mac.
Macintosh.
Exactly. That's the last time I've used it.
Why? What's better about the PC?
I mean, because
Sell it to us right now.
Okay, it's because I'm a gamer. You know, it's personal preference.
Yeah.
If you're like an artist and you like do like video editing and all that stuff, then great, get a Macintosh.
No, you know what it is? I know that PC is better, period. There's no competition.
That's right, Joe.
It's just the Mac is just easier to use for idiots. Yeah. And I'm an idiot, so it's
Wow.
just...
Well, considering I have to figure this out, like I was like, Tiff, how do I click on this?
It's so stupid easy. Like it's intuitive.
It's super easy.
It's
Everything
intuitive,
connects.
for sure.
If you want to customize things, I think the PC is the way to go.
I play a lot of like video games,
Yeah.
so like I have to like, you know.
Say like the memory and like...
Yeah, this is like I don't even know how you could save a video on this. I don't even know. People edit.
What would you guess it is? What would you get? Like S for save?
Also, okay, and here's my biggest problem with it. It's too goddamn expensive. Like it really is. Like I've gone through these phases
That's
before
true.
where
I
I'm
agree,
like,
I agree.
I would like a Macintosh because like everyone because like
Wait,
if
who goes in the store first of all and just puts this down and is like, I would like a Macintosh.
Macintosh.
Like, I've never seen that or heard that.
I've had like a bougie moment where I was like, I want to get one because I was like, oh, this is like they're expensive. It's like a status thing, and I googled it, and I was like, I no longer wish to have one of those. It's like $16.
How come you chose to have an iPhone over an Android then?
I thought about it.
In your face.
The questions are getting real. Boss Bozington.
This is like this.
Bozeman.
This is some real ass shit, and like I think that iPhone users can be honest with themselves because we all know the one reason why we all have iPhones.
Blue.
That's right. When somebody texts you with a green text, like you get somebody's number and they hit you with that green text, you're like, oh, hey, I didn't realize that this is the situation. Or when you're in a group chat and there's one person with an Android and they screw it up for everything. I mean, you can't.
David.
Dude,
He's changing back. He's changing back. David's changing back. He realized he fucked up.
Really?
Again? Because he went back to iPhone after an Android, and then now he's gonna go, and then he went back to Android, now he's gonna go back again?
Well, because he says also with like media, you know, when you want to send pictures or videos to people, especially with this podcast, it's really hard to send videos through text.
Yeah, and also David,
Right.
otherwise he would have to text it, and he won't even give me his number. David has explicitly told me, like, I will not give you my phone.
I'll give you his number.
That's that.
like I'm going to do the podcast, and I'm like, oh, hey, David, here's my number, and he was like, just DM me.
Wait, why?
I'm just kidding.
That's so not David.
Don't you notice though that texting someone with an Android, it feels like it's slower?
Yes, because they all type slow. No. No, but I think
Ryan's right behind the cameras with his Android.
You have an Android or you have an iPhone?
Android. Come over here. They can't see you.
Let's have a type contest.
A type contest.
I bet I'll smoke you.
on airplane mode.
They have that swipe shit.
I bet I'll smoke
You know what it
you.
is? It's because I use it on my computer. So I'm like, I use my fucking
Texting?
iChats, right?
Oh.
So then, if you're using Wi-Fi, it doesn't connect. It's not the same. It fucking takes forever.
Is that mind blowing to you? That your phone's not connected to your laptop?
Yeah, do you feel left out?
I thought about that, and I understand that there's some people that they chat online with their
You
laptop.
could chat through this with your laptop, and I could chat, text
Everything's all connected.
all of you guys
I
with
never
10
use
fingers.
that. I never chat. That tells me you guys don't work. There we go.
And not only that, but if you're on on Safari on your phone, and then you pull up your laptop, it links it, so you could open up that page in your Safari.
Ready to spend $600, baby?
No, absolutely not.
Everyone's selling.
I don't give a fuck. I used to be super PC, but then I got lazy. Because every time you gotta learn, you gotta customize things, and then you just stop caring after a while.
I don't know.
But it is the best though.
I've always been on a PC, but then also, you know how like sometimes you don't like learn new stuff? Like I don't even know how to use a Macintosh, so I just don't like, I don't like the double.
You know how to use it because it's so stupid easy.
Really?
It's made for idiots.
Well, I grew up on an IBM compatible, and
What the hell is that?
that's the original term.
That's some old shit.
That's the original term. It used to be Macintosh and IBM compatible. Because the OS is IBM, but no one has the actual IBM.
You're old.
I want to know, how does a company have like the same exact products, but they give us like, I can't explain it. Like everything's kind of got a different name. Like you said, like IBM.
I fucking hate it.
Then iPad. Then
iPad is all part of Macintosh.
And it's not called iWatch. Why isn't it called iWatch?
What's it called? Macintosh Watch?
Apple Watch.
Oh,
Macintosh Watch.
iWatch.
And it's
Yeah.
not called ITV either. Apple TV.
Yeah, why the fuck?
Maybe it sounds stupid.
Rebranding.
There must have been a meeting, yeah, where it was like, is it gonna be iWatch? Apple Watch.
When they make a car, you think it's gonna be iCar?
I want them to remake Google Glass, that thing that came out like 10 years ago.
That shit was nerd shit.
What happened to that?
But I know, like there was commercials for it and it was like, this is the future.
And everyone looked like an idiot. They were just like this with the fucking thing and they just looked stupid.
You know why? Like, I think PC shit is better, but then it doesn't get much popularity or whatever. It's the designers.
Well, it's not swagged out.
That's what I'm saying.
geeky, dude. Sorry, Ryan.
I have a PC laptop over there. I'm just like, it's okay.
Nice!
I think that more people would rather have the easy route and have less options.
Yeah.
They just want presets.
I want to think less.
That's scientifically proven. what you just said.
Presets. Yeah.
There's
Preset.
definitely moments
don't
where
wanna
I'm on my
think.
PC and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to.
You get overwhelmed with too many choices. It's just too much.
Just give me a menu. All right, I'll just get a steak. You know, you don't have
that's
to
it.
go into details. Right?
In-N-Out kills it because they only have 3 options.
The in and out of phones.
The in and out of phones. Hawk, you're like a good talker. What do you do?
Oh, thank you. I'm a professional talker.
He's from Australia.
No, he's not. Earlier, Bart was like, God, his Australian accent is like off. And I was like,
That's funny because yeah, there's this tiny island in Australia called England.
Yeah, he doesn't sound Australian though.
I know, but what's so weird is like, I don't know where I got this notion that you're from Australia, and so for like the last, I don't know, 10 years or 7 years I've known you, or not known, I've known of you.
Yeah.
You've always been Australian, and because you're Australian in my mind, I automatically assumed you're Vietnamese.
Whoa! It just I didn't see.
Why does this Vietnamese guy have a Japanese name that's with a British accent?
Did you think you were one of those guys that they try to be Japanese but they're not Japanese? You know how they do that? Like, weebs,
Or
yeah.
he was Vietnamese adopted, I don't know.
Watch it. I find out next year that I'm actually Vietnamese, and it's like, oh, he was right.
Did you do a 23andMe?
I haven't yet because I think my results gonna be really boring.
Mine was
Mine's pretty boring.
Japanese people, I feel like they're either Japanese or just a tiny bit Chinese or something.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I got like 3% Italian, and like it's not that interesting.
I was 98% Japanese, and I checked again last month. Now I'm 99%.
Oh, really?
They got more Japanese.
reconfirmed.
I was 1% Korean, and then it went away.
it just went away.
Like my bad.
Because you know, the more data it gets, the more specific, like the better, the pool is. So I'm 99.8%.
Sick though. You can like really go back and like see your whole lineage. Where my shit, like people just got raped.
It goes like this.
And like it's all fucked up.
Or like, can it show you like if you have like a sibling or something that's on the side?
It tells you your relatives and like your percentage of relatives.
I had a time, this was like a couple years ago, so like my dad is like, I'm part native, and obviously like, so, and it comes from my dad, so he's like obviously more native, and like you have to be like in 1/8 to qualify to be tribally registered. And so because like my dad's really close with the tribe and everything, when I came to visit, they were just like, yeah, here's your card, like no tests, everything's fine.
How cool! What tribe are you from?
Wampanoag, yeah.
That sounds dope.
That's dope. I'm a Wampanoag.
So my dad, he did one of those 23andMe tests, and he called me and he was like, listen, I can't tell anyone else this. And I'm like, what's going on, dude? He's like, we're not as native as I thought.
Oh shit!
But like, I mean, to be fair, he thought he was like 75%, and like I still like barely make the mark. I probably shouldn't, but no, I don't know. Any of the woms out there, I'm sorry if you guys have seen this. Yeah, but yeah, he was like, listen, we are not. He was
Math that we're not at all.
He's fucking wearing sunglasses and a black trench coat.
sweating, and he's like, I gotta send you something.
Oh, did you ever do yours?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've done mine before, but it was so funny because like there was like some weird shit. We were like 10% Pacific Islander, and I was like, what? Yeah, it was like
That's
mad.
a lot. 10%?
But he is, so that means I'm only like a little bit. Yeah.
Wait, how does that thing work then? Like, where do they get the data and like what?
You have to shit in a cup and you said.
Oh, all right. And they look at it and they're like, oh, you're Japanese.
Oh, Pacific Islander.
They smell it.
Wait, what is that?
100%
That's a
Japanese.
wampanamaka.
Oh yeah.
No, it's like they give you little vials and you spit in it. Like that's all you do, and then
Let's
you
do
send it to the
DNA.
lab.
Or are you asking about how they figure out through DNA what ethnic background?
If you
like-
zoom in really closely on it, it kind of
There's
is like
like a-
quartered, and it's like.
If you zoom in, for us, there's a Japanese guy with glasses doing karate, and then they're like, oh, that's
Like, yeah.
That guy.
We're the same. We're the same.
For me, there's a black guy with a harmonica next to a train station. That was like the least offensive stereotype I could think of.
That's funny. What part of England are you from?
Australia
In a
too.
village close to Oxford. So,
I'ma act like I know, but where's Oxford?
Oxford, it's an hour, like,
From London.
yeah, it's like, it's just an hour, like,
Let me ask you this: are there Japanese people there?
so where I grew up, there was like none. Like, me and my sister, we were the only,
Are you Nisei?
what, no.
How do you what do you say? Because in America we say Nisei for the firstborn in America.
Right.
Nisei, first generation is the first people to migrate here.
Yeah. Well, mine's a little confusing because I was born in Japan, right? And then I moved to Oxford when I was 3, like our whole family. But then we moved back to Japan when I was 12.
You're still Issei.
And then when I was 20, I came here by myself.
Oh.
So, yeah.
From Japan.
From Japan.
Oh, okay.
And one of the biggest reasons was I was afraid that I was going to forget how to speak English.
Oh shit.
Because, in Japan,
Yeah.
like, when you're surrounded by everyone that's Japanese, your school, your job.
Why'd you decide to come here instead of back?
Because
to where
Japan
you grew up?
sucks, girl. No, I'm
No,
just kidding.
instead of back where he grew up.
No, there was an option to do that, but I just thought with a study abroad thing, England wouldn't really be going abroad. It's just like going back, So I wanted to.
New culture.
Yeah, I wanted to go see somewhere that I didn't really know
Do you ever
yet.
visit?
Yeah. A lot of friends there, so.
For some reason, I think you're gonna speak Japanese with an English accent.
I used to, and
What?
I want to hear it, even though I don't know the difference.
Do you know how to do that?
ちょっと喋ってくれ。
yeah, なんて言えばいいの?
What do you mean now that way? What?
They're like, what?
He says, "What do you want me to say?" I said, "Speak a little bit for me." And then he says, "What do you want me to say?"
I heard now that way.
times.
I'll say, "Let's go to the pool together."
じゃあ今からプール行く?
Oh, it doesn't. You don't have an accent. You sound Japanese as hell.
Yeah. No, because I really, I hate
See,
it.
that's what always makes me think like
You hated it?
if all of us, if all there's Japanese Brazilians or whatever, right? And then like they speak Portuguese and all that stuff. But when we get together and we speak Japanese, it doesn't sound like we're we're speaking an accent or something. I do a little bit, but
I think, because I moved back when I was 12, and inside of me is just all English, because there was no one that's Japanese, and then I couldn't really relate to the Japanese people back in Japan.
You went to school out there? Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
And when I was in England, everyone was English, so I was just 100% English.
Yeah.
Did you speak Japanese at home?
I did. So when we were in England, the rule was inside the home was Japanese, outside was English, and don't mix it, kind of thing. Yeah.
What about if you're talking to your mom through a window, but you're outside?
Bart.
Both at the same time.
Yeah, like I need to know, like, is it just a line or is it on the
How
inside?
about now, right here?
He came up with that like real fast. He was like, "What if you're outside of a window?"
As soon as I hear rules, like I start thinking about loopholes. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on?
So we have 3 stages of Japan. You're born there, but then you're basically like kind of you're English.
Yeah.
Pretty much culturally. Right. Yeah. And then I was born here, but my parents were born in Japan.
Okay.
And then this guy over here is like,
My parents and my grandparents were born here, so,
Oh, okay.
so I'm like the whitest Japanese guy.
what does that make you
I
third?
think I'm Sansei.
Is your grandpa or grandparents came here or what?
My grandparents were born here, but he
Damn, dude, you're like
Great-grandparents
Yosei.
came.
he was born here, and then he moved back, and then they sent him back to live.
Why
with
would
his
he
aunt.
do such a thing?
No, it's good. He had a weird family life,
Oh,
so they sent him back to live with his family over there.
I hope. Well, I'm sure he survived, but damn, dude.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
I mean-
I've got a crazy weird family.
You speak Japanese, Ryan.
I
Go.
do not.
Your great grand.
He just came back from
and I
Japan.
was
Dude, it
like-
was his first time in the motherland.
I was trying to
First
fit.
time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
first
How
time.
did you like it?
Cool. It was really stressful, like figuring everything out the first time, but there's a lot of cool stuff, and like everyone's really
Very
friendly.
different. It's like a Galapagos.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy how this day and age is so.
What does that mean?
It's very disconnected. To,
It's its
from
own.
the-
It's its own thing.
It's very Galapagos.
like they sell CDs, like musicians.
Yeah. They still have flip phones, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of flip phones.
So does my mom.
CDs. It's like, what do you even play that on? You know?
Yeah, it's weird because they're technologically advanced in a lot of different ways, but they still use CDs and like
Weird.
flip phones and
It's interesting.
I think because it's a pretty wealthy country, so if there's a system that runs within itself,
Yeah.
it does really well. Like it doesn't have to do well anywhere else in the
They don't
world.
have to adapt. They just do what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Do you think you ever return to go live there again?
I don't think I can. I wanted to, like, up to a couple of years ago when I was like, I was just thinking,
Yeah.
when I'm an old man, I want to, but
people don't know, man. Like I think people fantasize about Japan, but it sucks to be Japanese living in Japan.
it's very different
Yeah.
to being Japanese in Japan.
Yeah,
and
especially if you're a foreigner Japanese.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
why?
Well, okay, so you guys get the foreigner card.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
which is like
Definitely
if you
not.
don't do anything, if you don't do
I got
if you do
yeah.
things that violate the culture, they're just a stupid foreigner. It's okay. Cute little foreigner.
Yeah.
But then for us,
Violate it.
we were expected to know, but we don't get the foreigner card because we're Japanese.
So what happens then? They like whip you or something?
No, they don't beat us up. We're just
They,
kind
they
of
fucking shun you. They like will
yeah,
shun
yeah.
you.
They just look like we just seem stupid because we don't understand certain things,
Yeah.
and then it's difficult to have close friends that you can relate to because just culturally we're so different, and then they're very one mind.
Is that what happened
Yeah.
to you when you went back?
Yeah, that's why I hated, like,
Yeah.
when I had an English accent with my Japanese, I hated it. Like, I wanted to be like everyone else, so I was like, I'm gonna study it and speak Japanese better than you guys and speak English better than you guys, you know?
So it's like Hawk said, it's its own culture, right? So it's how do you compare it to America? Right here, we're so diverse, we're so different. We value individualism, all that stuff. So imagine everything opposite is what's cool over there. So individualism is not cool. It's all about collectivism. So everybody tries to be like each other. You follow each other. It's very different, but that's how you have order and cleanliness and all sorts of everything. Like the things that you can appreciate about the culture is also what makes it kind of suck.
So then how
Yeah.
do the Harajuku people make it work?
That's why Harajuku's interesting because they're the Venice Beach or they're the artsy, weird
part of it.
But think about it. Harajuku is Harajuku. Japan, the rest of Japan is the same.
Yeah.
It's just one little place where in America you have Austin, Texas, keep it weird. You have
Keep it smoggy.
but in every city you have a weird kind of thing, right? You don't have that over there. It's just Harajuku. You have that little area in Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's like the side effects of this order. You have 95% of this order, but because of that, you have a 5% of really crazy weirdness.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like they have those like really weird fetish and like all that because
Yeah.
it's so suppressed, you know?
Oh, it's like suppressed, like you have to be like normal and conform to everything, but it's like when you're in the bedroom, it's like time to look at some weird shit.
Yeah, it's
that
like,
makes
yo.
sense. That makes a lot of sense, cause like it gets like fucking weird.
I
And what's the explanation here then?
What do you mean? Why am I such a
America.
pervert? Oh.
Why are there
I think
so
'cause they
many
encourage
weird ass
anything.
people? No, but they're like
Individualism.
closeted weird.
It's a religion thing now here.
Yeah, I think it's the hardcore, religion.
I think whenever it's this, there's gonna be a balance of the opposite, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Where are your fucking 20 questions? You kept bugging about all these questions that you have.
He answered all of them.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, because I just realized you're not Vietnamese
He just
and you're from England.
It's funny though, because now even Japanese people don't recognize that I'm Japanese.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because I feel
I
like
had no idea.
Yeah, well, I think naturally I'm already pretty tan for a Japanese guy, and this hair, and I think it's just like the mannerism or the posture. You know, it's very different to like a Japanese person.
That's true. If you were bald and then you were wearing that high school uniform, you look Japanese.
And even like really like how you would act, like just little body language. There's so much more.
We're too
than
relaxed. This is being a good Japanese boy.
Yeah, and it's just
if I'm like this, they're like, oh, this fool's Chinese. I'm telling you, the rule. There's so many fucking rules to be Japanese that people don't understand. It fucking sucks.
There's a lot of.
I have no Japanese pride, man. It's all about being fucking Japanese American, bro.
I don't know. Y'all had like this unspoken code when you were talking about it earlier, and y'all were about to just cut it off and not explain why it was so hard. I thought y'all were gonna be like, "Oh, he didn't shut the door. Kill him." Like
It was like that.
kill him.
Let me tell you how fucked up it was. So now it's more loose than it was before. But in the past, so like if you shamed, if you destroyed the family name and you were of the warrior class, you had to kill yourself. Right?
Is that what the thingy?
That's what seppuku. Yeah. So it's like.
Oh, I would be pissed. I would be pissed if I did something small and they're like, "You gotta fucking stab yourself to death now."
And you know someone has to stand there next to you to chop your head off because just with this, it takes time to die just with that. But you have to actually do it yourself first, and then they'll do it. They won't just chop your head off.
And then the guy that you choose to chop your head off is probably your best friend or someone that is very close to you.
To save the.
So it sucks for both people because the guy that's got to chop your head off, he wants to do a clean ass job. So you want someone that you care about to do it, so they'll do it good.
That's honorable.
Versus someone that you hate, they're probably gonna make you suffer.
I always thought that was tight as fuck.
It's not fucking tight.
Time. We did. Wait, what do I say? Do I say time?
No, so it's cut. I was gonna tell you, like, if you want, I could call cut.
Time.